Moon snails are really fucking awesome. Many of us has assumptions about snails, like they are slow little buggers. They pretty much live all up in their shells, and they taste great with a little bit of butter sauce. Hey! These things are not true about moon snails. First, those motherfuckers are fast. This may be a little confusing to you because A, as discussed, most snails are slow, and B, because there ain't no gravity on the moon men are all floaty and slow as hell. Trust me on this one though. You could start an underground moon snail racing ring in the basement of your favorite pizza establishment, and you would make yourself a lot of money and amaze your fellow man with the beauty of the moon snail. Second, these freaking moon snails ain't no petite motherfuckers. They all sloppy and fat and just sort of spill out of their shells. Now, some of you might not have good imagination because you watch too much television, so I'm going to demonstrate what a moon snail looks like using this unwashed sheet and U-Haul moving box. Also, I read that the foot is too rubbery to eat, but that you can grind it up and put it in clam chowder. But I think that's sick. Personally, I find the moon snail to be very inspiring. Here are some ways that I have incorporated in their behavioral and structural adaptations into my own life. First, the moon snail's head and skin actually grow over their shell. I know, weird, right? But this is pretty useful because they got down and dirty in the sand, and this stops the sand from getting in their shells. So, I'm assuming you all live in the Northeast and are used to snow during the winter. Now, if you're like me, you tuck your pants into your boots so that they don't get wet, like this. But then the snow is so high that then the little clumps fall into your boot and melt and make your toes all wet and cold and give you patches of irritated red and purple. Am I right? This is where the moon snails got it right. See, what I did was take 2 socks that got holes or no pair, cut off the ends, and then put them over my pants and boots. Amazing, like this.
Can you guys see over here? Do you want me to move? I think everyone, I want to make sure this is, yeah, make sure everyone can see this. Amazing. Yes.
Amazing. Second, let's talk about how the moon snails eat. These fuckers are carnivores. They eat other mollusks and even sometimes other moon snails. Note, I do not eat other human beings. Here's how they do it. They run up, crawl on their prey, enveloping the whole thing with their fat bodies. Then they squirt a little bit of shell-softening acid onto the mollusk. Then they fucking drill a hole into the shell and suck out the insides. You know when you go to the beach and you see shells and there's a little weird hole in them? A motherfucking moon snail did that. Now these moon snails are onto something here. Food is hard to open. Like this bag of chips. There's all this blood and a placenta and the blue cord thing. When moon snails have babies, they go into the sand, mix some sand, mucus, and their eggs together, and then spin around, making this beautiful sculpture that scientists call collars because they look like shirt collars or something. It's like clay getting thrown on a pottery wheel beautiful. I don't know any potters, but I did see Ghost, and that scene where they make pottery is both creepy and the true definition of love. Rest in peace, Patrick Wayne Swayze. I am still developing ways to make the birthing process of Homo sapiens more like that of the moon snail. So far, my plans involve conceiving the child in the community center's mud volleyball court, which I could not get actual permission to do, so will have to be done under the cover of the stars. Second, I would like to have a sandbox in the birthing room and have artisan sandcastle sculptors create a metaphorical representation that's got sun of my hopes and dreams for my future offspring. Then, when I squat and give birth to my child over the sculpture, where my new little baby will be the final addition needed to complete the sculpture. It will be beautiful. I will put pictures on Facebook. In conclusion, moon snails do not live on the moon. They live on Earth and are magical and inspiring. Thank you.